everyone, here we are again. As you can see on top of the screen, this is round number 8 of the Edison tournament, hosted by Raid and Trade in cooperation with Joshua Schmidt and Smart Guards. And this is the last round of Swiss that there is. And we have two players that are 6-1 in the tournament. When I say we, of course, that still means Leonard König and myself, Sebastian Lemke, being on commentary duty once again today. And I think the one name kind of rings a bell to me. Like, I know some Gregory Munz, and we featured that guy at the last... Yeah, he looks like him too. I think it is him. We featured him at the last German Nationals, and he played Evil Swarm. Is Evil Swarm already a deck in Edison? Question mark.
It is absolutely not.
Damn it.
It's seed-based, so
True.
those were
now that you say that, I kind of feel stupid for asking that question.
also, if you're looking at the power level of the cards, Carry Kion is completely insane, and also we haven't had Rescue Rabbit yet.
And on the other hand, Max has a playmat that I love. Just the classic field design is really, really cool. Oh, but it's Hero Beat! Oh, but that...
Hero is performing this event.
Wow, he has the Future Fusion. When you're starting with Future Fusion, you're having a good day, but there's also Captain Gold! Let's go! We play the Captain Gold Skyscraper package. I love that. Nice. Future Fusion.
How is everyone drawing Future Fusion this event? Except for the Dragon player.
Yeah, true. Oh, the Dragon player really had to work for it. He had to banish it with Gold Sacrifice and then wait for 2 turns just for it to get met with MST. That was pretty unfortunate. So we are putting Ocean and another Neos into the graveyard. And do we just instantly fire the Miracle Fusion as well? No, we just set Snowman Eater. Why not? The almighty Snowman Eater. And it goes over to Max. So what does Max bring? And I think we're going to have another Blackwing encounter. And it's not the Vayu Turbo. It is the actual Blackwing deck. And the combination of Black Wildwood and Scirocco when your opponent controls a monster is pretty good.
And, I mean, there is no set spell trap cards. Okay, we are searching for Shura. Now, I was gonna say, this looks like you're going to deal a lot of damage on your first turn if you're going for some nifty Bora Kalut plays.
Yeah, that could have been good here. And I mean, it could be valuable to go for some quick damage here because the clock is ticking. Like, you are facing Absolute Zero on 2 turns. It's not too unlikely that your opponent also has Miracle Fusion, so it's going to be 2 Absolute Zeros even. Oh, I think he just picked up Hero Blast for turn as well. Gregory Mans is having a good time right now, I think. Oh, yep, Miracle Fusion coming down. We will start to apply pressure here onto the empty field. There comes the Absolute Zero.
Future Fusion double Miracle is nuts, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. 25 is being met with Dimensional Prison.
Oh, and now this is Hero Blast is going to be incredibly important in this turn. Because I think there's already a Bora and a Kalut and the Shura, no? Or 2 Kaluts.
It looks like 2 Kaluts, yeah. Or I think it's free. Oh no, it's Bora, Kalut, Shura. Yeah, you're right.
No, it's Bora. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. So if you leave the Shura here, if he didn't draw into the Hero Blast, but into another spell or something, he would just get OTK'd here.
Probably. So, Hero Blast on the Alias, getting rid of the Shura. And that means, as a result, that we're not going to get a search from that Black Wild Run. And now, maybe on the other way around, that is going to be a lot of damage for Max, because he only said that Solemn Judgment that he picked up for turn. So, in theory, if Greg can put up a lot of damage here, that could be the deciding turn of the duel already. But no, it is just going to be Absolute Zero attack. Hero Beat is known for being one of the slowest decks in the format. It's just usually going to be one monster trying to poke in some damage. Those monsters are quite big. Like, there's almost no monster in the deck with less than 1,800 attack points as Stratos has, but he's just searching out. But besides that, you're usually only going with one monster, and that one monster is dealing enough damage anyways.
Are we seeing the second effect of Stratos this turn?
Oh, we could. We actually could, you're right. Oh,
I
yeah,
think
effect Stratos. Which one, my friend? Yes, we are going after back row. And he decides that he wants to get rid of the Black Whirlwind there.
I was gonna say it makes no sense to go for Stratus in this situation because you have the Gemini Spark in hand to search a second alias.
That's true, yeah. You don't really need the alias.
Now, Max is in a really difficult spot because this Absolute Zero is an absolute problem as well.
Okay. You're stepping up the not the punt game, but
Pun
the
cutoff.
the pun game for today. So I like how Max is bluffing his back row though. He has like checked multiple times on attack declaration, on end phase and everything, even though it was absolutely obvious to himself that this is just not going to be activated there because it is a solemn judgment. Ooh. That looked like we are attacking into the absolute zero, and of course our collude is being used.
Yeah, I find that interesting. I would have thought. Nah, okay, my train of thought was stupid.
I see.
There's no way around that. It was just
So there is alias, and as I said, like that's so much pressure that is being applied here by Greg because those two monsters alone are 3,700 points of damage. So those two monsters alone are basically only a little more than 2 turns to end the duel. And here he's bringing Max, I think, down to 1,800 life points. So even if he has like Dimensional Prison or something, it is not going to be good enough to save him here.
Miracle Fusion activated would have been game here. Oh, and we're playing for with a Sirocco here, which is quite strong. The problem is that there is Gemini Spark set, so not quite sure how this will play out. We're attacking over the alias, forcing the Gemini Spark. Yeah. Are we going for the back row? No, for
Oh, we do chain the Solemn Judgment because Max knows if he doesn't use Solemn Judgment here, the game is going to be over. Therefore, it is not a choice, but he has to activate the Solemn Judgment. And now it goes back over to Greg, who still has Miracle Fusion in his hand. So it's still looking good for him, I would say.
Yeah, keep in mind that is the last Absolute Zero he has.
Yeah, that's true. So does Max have another answer? Not for the moment. Max also only on 1 card in hand, though. Only
Yeah, I think
one more card in hand.
after this turn is going to be over because whatever is going to be set there, unless it's a Book of Moon, it's just going to also destroy the Sirocco. Oh no, okay. We just take the attack, that works. Or Kalud. Kalud in hand.
Yeah, I think that there could be Kalud in hand, yes. There might as well be Kalud. Oh, it's a bad. Oh, it's Compulse, which is the
really
amazing answer to Absolute Zero. But wait, Edison rulings, right? I think this is Edison rulings, and therefore the Absolute Zero effect still triggers. I think that is a thing. Chat, I think in Time Wizard 2010 format, even when you bounce something to the extra deck, when you bounce specifically Absolute Zero into the extra deck, it is still going to trigger for some reason. Yep. Confirmed. Chat knows. It only changed in 2022, but that is still going to be game for Greg Mans. Greg taking game number 1 here with Hero Beat over the Blackwing strategy of Max.
Then I think he shouldn't have activated it. Just wait for his opponent to play around Torrential Tribute, have one more turn, and then just compose that afterwards.
True.
I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's just have him that... You are 100% right. There was no reason to use Compose there. For sure. But yeah, that was a pretty impressive showing by Greg and his Hero Beat strategy there. And Leo, we were both small childs back in the day playing the Hero Beat strategy because it was somewhat of a budget deck. But watching today's coverage, it almost feels like it is the best deck in the room all of a sudden.
Yeah, to be fair, they are opening like crazy. We haven't seen a game not started by Future Fusion yet. Miracle Fusion always as a follow-up as well. I mean, those decks can have quite the awful hands, but I think that, yeah, I mean, with the addition of Hero Blast and Gemini Spark, this entire tactical evolution package was just really strong for the deck.
100% was. And let's see how game 2 is going to turn out, because I really I don't know, in this format where the best deck, quote unquote, like it's the popular belief that Blackwings or like Vayu Turbo Raver is the best deck of the format. But to me, it feels like everyone knows that, and everyone is going to
Yeah.
have Shadow Imprisoning Mirror in their side deck. And I don't think that Vayu Turbo is so much stronger than the other decks. The gap between the top decks isn't that big. So having that disadvantage of always playing versus Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors game 2 and 3 maybe doesn't make it the best deck anymore, to be honest.
Yep, I agree. And also, I see something in chat. Was Elemental Hero the Shining legal there? Let me see if I have it in my deck.
I think Shining was not legal, no. I think it was.
I
It came out
don't
right
know.
after or something. But somebody in chat most likely knows. Nope, yeah. It wasn't legal, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
because The Shining was really strong years after that. The post Mermail format, or with Mermail actually, another hero beat format.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we are getting into the action of game number 2, Blackwings versus Heroes, Max versus Greg, and Max is going to start it off right away. Let's see whether we see another T-Sat pass here, or what is going to be his opening.
Oh, he has Trap Dust Shoot, which is a phenomenal card going first. Getting so much information and getting rid of a monster disruptive and advancing your own plays. Not your engine or something, but your plays are just going to be straight up better because he's going to see that there is a Starlight Road in the hand of Greg, and he has Icarus Attack, which is a card that plays into Starlight Road. So he knows that he will have to be a little bit more careful with it.
That's so valuable knowing that there is Starlight Road. You will always play around it now. But that Cyber Dragon is pretty strong there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you always get rid of the Cyber Dragon here, or the Snowman Eater. Depends on if you have Kalut or not, because if you send away the Stratos, it's just going to be replaced by the Emergency Call. Emergency Call plus Stratos is not the best thing. Actually, it's really not that much of a good thing. If you have Kalut, I would argue for getting rid of the Snowman Eater.
100%, because with Kalut you then have an answer to the Cyber Dragon. Yeah. You even like doing that because Shura also triggers when it gets attacked, or does it only trigger on its own attack?
Oh no. Destroying a monster.
Okay, yeah, then that would be huge. Oh, but we don't even go for the Cyber Dragon. We go for the Stratos, interestingly enough.
Okay, are we trying to crash here?
I guess so, right? Because, yeah, absolutely, we are trying to crash. And probably Greg says, yeah, there is most likely Kalut anyway, so I rather want to lose my Stratos, which has already replaced itself with its Surge, than my super powerful Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, Cyber Dragon can just enter the field after this. You could there might be the chance that Greg is special summoning out the Cyber Dragon to have a better field here and not to take too much damage, and set the Starlight Road as well, and then get Icarus attack on Vayu, which would be absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty crazy. So I would probably I would advertise not setting the Starlight Road, maybe even, but he just sets one pass, so he doesn't play into Icarus, but let's see. Blackie, it is 200 players in total, 8 rounds of Swiss therefore, and top 16 being played afterwards. So that is going to be Tribute Summon Scirocco here. I mean, Max knows there's nothing to be scared of. He knows there's no Torrential, he knows there's no Mirror Force, so he can just freely attack here. And
but I mean, Greg played this really well, just setting the Starlight Road to make it live against a possible Icarus attack. So his opponent can't really play around it. And Cyber Dragon is also really strong after the Kalut is already out for the question. I mean, maybe he has a second one, but then he just has a second one.
Yeah, like Greg really made some very smart decisions there, because with the Stratos just trying to crash into the Shura, Max is always going to use Kalut. So like he's taking the value off of Kalut every day, and therefore that was really, really smart. And then also, as you mentioned, playing around that Icarus attack, he really knows the matchup inside out. And I mean, yeah, he had some time to perfectionize that matchup, like playing this for 13 years straight, basically. Yeah, it is very cool that we have 200 players in total.
Yeah.
The community really loves 2010 format. And Ilya, to answer your question, we are going to have top 16 being played today as well. So after this
Oh,
match, we're not done for the day. Ooh,
that was another car loot, actually.
it
And now
was.
we're going to see if this is one of those fancy double value deck lists. For I think I've seen another value, by the way.
Yep, I'm pretty sure there was another value,
But
but we
we're
go
going
for the
for
game.
Gale. Maybe, I mean, 1,500 life points. This is an easy Black Rose Dragon into. I mean, okay, there is a Starlight Road set, so this is not an easy Black Rose Dragon.
Maybe not the easiest Black Rose Dragon ever, no.
But, I mean, that is definitely going to give him enough damage to go for a game next turn with the armed wing that is going to definitely be set there. He doesn't know about the Miracle Fusion, so there is this one bluff that keeps Greg in this game.
Yep, indeed. But, like, question to you personally. Do we just commit here? Do we just try our luck? Or are we too afraid of that one card that we do not know about yet?
Hard.
Yeah, it's
I
really
mean, we
hard.
know,
But it's one card, though. It's only one card.
but I mean, you don't want to lose against only one card because how does the game look for you right now? It doesn't even seem half bad, right? There is no water monster in the graveyard. We are
It needs some
tributing the
Cyber
Gale for
Dragon.
Cyber Dragon. And we are Chimera attacking. Yeah.
Oh boy, that's so strong. And there is no answer in the back row of Greg, and therefore it is going to be game. And therefore the scores equaled 1-1 here in the last round of Swiss because between two players who are X1 in the tournament. Maybe still not sure whether they're going to top or not. I think both of them have pretty good chances because most of the X2s are going to make it into Top Cut as well, if I'm informed correctly. Or at least the ones that lost in their last round. But yeah, this is going to come down to a third game.
Nice. This is really, really nice.
Certainly. Yeah, Darkstrike Fighter is not a card that is around anymore. That card was forbidden before this format already. And I mean, rightfully so, because Darkstrike Fighter, holy, that card was powerful back in the day. I remember Blackwing players OTKing left and right with Darkstrike Fighter. It was crazy.
I mean, Cat Synchro was even crazier, right?
Yeah,
you go Monk, discard spell, Monk, discard spell, then Rescue Cat, summon double Airbellum, and then go for 5/6, tribute both. GG.
Yep, the place.
But I mean, I wasn't really around to witness that. I have just heard tales, but it sounds like something that doesn't happen every game.
No, I actually was around. I played Gladiators at that time, and it was crazy because I wasn't into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh that much, and I was like playing my first couple of tournaments, and then there was like a bigger tournament with like 300, 400 players or something in Hamburg, which was like a 2.5 hour ride. And a friend of mine, which I played Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day with, and we basically got into the game together. We were brought by my parents to that city to play that tournament because we were still so young. And we were both like 13 or so. And I went like, yeah, we don't even have to talk about how I went. But my friend played Blackwing. He had Darkstrike Fighter. And he actually topped the event. Like, it was crazy. Like, we were 13-year-old kids. And he actually just topped with Blackwing. And it was the craziest thing ever. So, yeah, shout out to Robert. He really, like... He did pretty well there. He lost in top 16 then to Lights one, if I recall correctly. So, let's see. Max versus Greg. Greg will have the pleasure to go first here again. And he starts it off with Emergency Call. No Ash Blossom is going to be used on that, I can tell you that.
This hand by Greg looks a lot more annoying than the last one. The last one was a bit glassy, I want to say.
Yeah.
But this is like oppression, other purple cards, really just to annoy your opponent. I think with this much back row,
yeah,
even Ocean might resolve their effect once or twice. So maybe with this playstyle...
At first glance, it looked to me like he did not have access to a hero card, but then I saw the emergency call. Like, without the emergency call, the hand might have been tricky because you need access to monsters somehow. But with that emergency call on top, it was pretty good.
Can I just say that I like this version of Hero a lot more than Diva Hero?
Just your original hero beat? Oh, look,
Yeah.
we are going after a random back row, and I feel like they're always going after the middle one. Just the middle one must be the most important. That's why you set it to the middle, and Greg picks up another card for turn here. Normal summon the alias.
Don't bottomless that, please.
He doesn't. Why are you saying that? I know, but maybe somebody in chat doesn't know. Why would you not bottomless here?
Gemini Spark is a card.
It absolutely is, yeah. And you can just chain it to the bottomless, and you just get plus so hard. You're plussing so hard out of this interaction. Oh, there's Icarus.
I mean, you're +1. Are we going for the alias as well, or are we just going for Stratus and the back row? Which would be better? And he just pointed.
Oh, yeah, it looked like both monsters. It actually looked like both monsters. Oh, and the back row cannot be chained. Ayah.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for Max right now. This entire board was outed.
but now, I think there might be a lack of monsters again for Greg.
He has, I think, Honest and especially the Ryo now, but maybe this is also not Ryo and I mislooked there, but picking up a Whirlwind before a potential Ryo would be really strong. Bora?
When he has a normal summon, is there any? Oh
No.
yeah, there's no answer. That's what I'm saying. There's only trap cards, and I think one of them is Oppression. There comes Kalut.
Oppression not the best card against Blackwing.
True. Versus Value Turbo, yes, but versus that version of the deck, not that much.
Basti, for some reason, our audio always resets when we switch the scenes. Because chat is again saying that I'm louder than you are.
Is a bit. Let me check.
Thank you for mentioning that. We have it. Oh, it is indeed Ryo, by the way. This issue occurred earlier already, and we can easily change that. You just gotta let us know.
That is indeed true. I think just the answer to that is. Oh wow, Mind Crush on the Kalut then probably, right? Because we knew about the Kalut. Yeah. There's Blizzard and Brain Control on top of that.
If Trishula was alive, it would laugh in Greg's face right now, but it is not. Crazy. Blizzard, the far north. Wait, does Ryo also lock you? Yeah, right? So you can't add a value or something. I think maybe you're... No, I think your Black Whirlwind is shut off this turn, but yeah, you have to go for Brain Control. I would actually argue for summoning Blizzard first.
Why is that?
Because
it could be torrential, but
no, if this one gets judgmented now, because this is now an easy solemn judgment or oppression.
Oh, royal oppression, of course. Yeah.
You normal summon Blizzard, activate the effect, and then you take over the Ryo, because now this Ryo just gets sent back over, and you did nothing with your Brain Control.
Fair enough. Yeah, I agree.
The hand was shown after Mind Crush.
Yep. I mean,
not show your hand in Edison after Mind Crush. Okay.
I'm not sure.
I think you do.
I mean, it was shown here in that scenario, and therefore it didn't really matter because Greg knew what the last card in hand is, so he had to commit both cards to that. So there was no real way to play around it, to be honest.
This Ryo is looking absolutely insane, backed up by Honest. Not even a top deck Sirocco is going to take it out here.
And also
redrawn to the Starlight
Road. Exactly. That's backing it up even more now.
Doesn't really help because your opponent can use oppression as well. So if there is a heavy storm, it's going to be really heavy. But I mean, heavy storm wouldn't do anything for Max right now. He just basically needs to find a dimensional prison soon.
15. That would be for game. Max checks graveyard, but probably doesn't find anything, leading to the handshake between the two. And that means Greg Mons, with his hero beat strategy, is going to advance into the top cut, into top 16 here. So already congratulations from our side to him. And Max maybe doesn't have to feel too bad, because he might still be in this.